Welcome back, students. So in the last video class we have started the first chapter, that is typical configuration of computer system. So we saw which are the things we are going to study in this chapter. So mainly we are going to study motherboard, memory, bus and the power supplies, and we also saw the introduction, what is a computer. Just a quick recall: a computer is an electronic machine which can store your data. Whatever data we have stored, that can be recalled or reviewed, and whichever data you want to process, that can be processed. And some of the terminologies and the definitions in the computer systems we saw, that is hardware. Hardware is nothing but which we can touch, feel and see, such as keyboard, mouse, monitor, RAM, CPU. Okay, software we saw, data, users. So next, moving on to the main concept of this chapter, that is motherboard. So what is a motherboard? A motherboard is nothing but a large printed circuit board of the computer which contains CPU, memory, expansion slots, bus, video controllers and other electronic components. What does this mean? As I said, a motherboard is a large printed circuit board. Okay, suppose if you want to use a printer, a monitor, a keyboard, a CPU, processor, any slots, any video controllers, so all those things has to be connected to this motherboard, and this motherboard contains a controller of all those devices. If you want to use those devices for your computer system, that has to be connected to motherboard. And how you can connect them to the motherboard is through this circuit board. Okay, so once again I repeat, a motherboard is a large printed circuit board of the computer which contains CPU, memory, expansion slots, bus, video controllers and other electronic components. Now moving on to the characteristics of motherboard. The first characteristics is form factor. So what does it mean, form factor? Form factor means the geometry, dimensions and arrangements of electronic requirements. Means what should be the structure of the motherboard, how it should consist, like triangle, rectangle, and where to keep those controllers, what are the sizes of those, how to arrange them in a small chip. That is nothing but form factor. Next characteristics is chipset. So chipset is nothing but, one of the example, let us say take SIM card. We all have a SIM card on our mobile phone. That is nothing but a chip. So what does that SIM card do? That SIM card does, it manages your phone. One example is it manages our phone calls. Yes, so like that only there should be a chipset which controls the majority of resources of the computer. What are the majority of resources means? As I said, if you want to use a printer, we have to connect it to the motherboard. So when you connect that printer to the motherboard, okay, or you connect a keyboard to the motherboard, then what you are doing, through the keyboard you are giving some input. Yes, suppose if you want to print a data, so through the keyboard what you give a command to the computer system to print some document. Then what will happen, the computer will start printing your data if it is connected to the printer. So you are giving some data to print. Yes, so computer should understand that this data only has to be printed and this particular data has to be sent to the printer. Who does this work? That is the work of chipset, which controls and coordinates transfer of the data between the different components of the computer. Okay, the next characteristics is processor socket. This processor socket is nothing but a socket onto which you can mount or onto which you can place the processor. So processor example is say Intel i3, i5, i7, Pentium, like that. Okay, so processor socket, it can be a rectangular connector. So over that what we can do, we can place the processor vertically, or it can be a square shaped connector which consists of small connectors. Over that what we can do, we can place the processor directly. So remember this is an important concept. A question can be asked, what is motherboard, for 1 mark. After that, another question can be asked, explain the characteristics of motherboard for 3 mark. Okay. Now after seeing the characteristics, let's see what are the types of the motherboard. There are mainly 4 different types of motherboards are there. First one is XT motherboard, that is extended technology motherboard. Second is AT motherboard, advanced technology motherboard. Third one is baby AT motherboard, baby advanced technology motherboard. Fourth is ATX, advanced extended technology motherboard. We will see one by one these motherboards with some of the characteristics, means which kind of a memory it has, which kind of a slots it has, which kind of a sockets it has, okay, and how many pins are there, which kind of a connector it has, okay, and some of the examples regarding these motherboards. The first motherboard is XT motherboard. XT motherboard, it stands for extended technology. So this is one of the oldest motherboard. Okay, so in this what we can see, a processor like LIF means low insertion force. So just remember, here we are not going in depth of how these sockets work on a computer system. So remember, it has a processor socket like LIF, low insertion force. Okay, processor socket means that is a part of the computer, a place where you can place our processor on that. Processor in the sense like i3, i5, these chips, where you can place those chips. Okay, so next, it has a RAM slots also, and the memory module is DIMM, dual line memory module. So RAM slots in the sense what? RAM we saw in the last year, RAM is nothing but random access memory it is. So that memory is a hardware. So you have to place that memory on your motherboard. To place that memory on a motherboard, we have something called as slots. To place particular RAM, we have a slots. On those slots only we are going to place our memory. Next, it has some slot called as industry standard architecture, and this motherboard has a connector, 12 pin power connector. You want to supply connected to your computer system, there is something called as connector, that is 12 pin power supply. And these computers had only slot type of processors. There were no ports to connect the processors to the motherboards. Okay, some examples of this XT motherboard are Pentium 1, Pentium MMX, Pentium 2 and Pentium Pro. Okay, what we saw XT motherboard. XT stands for extended technology. Remember, this was one of the most oldest motherboard. And which kind of a socket we see on this? We see LIF, that is low insertion force sockets, and RAM slots, DIMM memory modules, ISA architecture slots we have on this, and it has a 12 pin power connector, and it has slots to keep the processor on this motherboard, but these things were not having the ports. Okay, now moving on to the second motherboard, that is AT motherboard. So AT stands for advanced technology motherboard. Advanced technology motherboard, these have a socket called as pin grid array, yes, and a memory slot called as SD RAM slot. So SD means synchronous dynamic random access memory slots. Now which kind of a connector? It has a 12 pin power connector, PCI slots, and it also has ISA slots. What is the size of this motherboard is, it has a 12 inches wide and 13.8 inches depth in it, and it also had a 5-pin large keyboard connector, into which you can connect your keyboard to this motherboard. And some example is Pentium 3 processor. Okay, so what you need to remember here in this AT motherboard, you should understand AT stands for advanced technology. Which kind of a socket it has? It has a PGA, that is pin grid array, kind of one of the socket. Then a memory slot, which type it is? SD RAM slot. Power connector is of 20 pin power connector, and some PCI slot, and it also has a ISA, that is industry standard architecture, and the width will be 12 inches and 13.8 inches width into depth. Then it has a 5-pin large keyboard connector. Okay, so onto which we can connect the keyboard. Yes. Okay, now moving on to the next motherboard, that is baby advanced technology motherboard. This motherboard is a combination of XT and AT. XT in the sense extended technology, and AT in the sense advanced technology. Okay, and this was the first PC motherboard to build in sockets for input output ports. So up to those XT and AT motherboards, we saw what there were no ports. Yes, those were having only sockets and slots, but this baby AT motherboards came up with the ports. So which kind of a ports? These motherboards has ports for input output devices. Okay, and these ports were cabled to connectors on the back of the case. Yes, and some examples are Pentium 3 and Pentium 4. So since these are the combination of XT and AT, so all the features we saw in XT and AT will be there in this motherboard. Like XT and AT were having 12-pin connectors, 20-pin connectors. So these motherboards will also be having those connectors only. And which kind of a memory those things had? DIMM memory, DRMM memory, all those kinds of RAM slots will also be there in this baby AT motherboard. So basically baby AT motherboards are nothing but they are the combination of XT and AT motherboards. Okay, this was the motherboard which came up with the ports for input output devices. Through the cables we can connect them to the back of their case. Okay, example is Pentium 3 and Pentium 4 motherboard. And the last motherboard is ATX motherboard. This motherboard stands for Advanced Technology Extended Motherboard, and this is one of the latest motherboard. Okay, and this is designed by ATX form factor. What is that ATX form factor? Form factor is one of the characteristics of motherboard, means how it is formed, what is the geometry of this, how is the dimension in the sense size of the motherboard should be. Yes, some standards are been built for this ATX motherboard, and this latest motherboard is built based on the standards designed by its own form factors. Okay, and in this motherboard which kind of a processor sockets are there? MPGA. I repeat, MPGA processor socket. Memory slots like DDRRAM. DDRRAM means double data rate random access memory slots. Okay, next it also had AGP, that is graphics slots, then SATA connectors, then 20-pin as well as 24-pin ATX power connectors, and some of the ports so that you can connect external devices to your ATX motherboard. And the size of this motherboard will be 12 inches wide and 9.6 inches depth. So it comes in a variation of another size, that is a small size motherboard of ATX. It can be 9.6 inches into 9.6 inches height and width. Okay, so what you need to remember in this ATX motherboard, it stands for Advanced Technology Extended Motherboard. This is one of the latest motherboard which is designed based on the ATX form factor standards, and it has a sockets like MPGA processor socket, RAM slots are of type DDRRAM, then it has AGP slots, some of the SATA connectors, then 20-pin and 24-pin connectors, power connectors, and the ports. And we saw the size varies. It can be 12 into 9.6 inches or 9.6 into 9.6 inches. Okay, I hope you are understanding. Thank you.